Hey John, Stanley here. Here is Ock sitting here. Things are now becoming real with the boat. There's the new rail. See, there's a bow cleat here. These aren't attached. These are your original cleats sitting. That one is sitting over its holes. This one here is sitting where I would imagine you would want one. That's an original cleat. And back here is another original cleat. The problem is I can't find matching cleats. I can find two of these. This is 7-inch. I can find two of these in 6-inch if you'd want them. And we can move these forward ones and make 6-inch ones up here and put your spring line and your stern line the same on the other side if you would like to do that. Otherwise, I can find cleats that are very close, and we could buy all new cleats, but these are nice and bronze. Their chrome is maybe not 100%, but they would come right off, and in some other life, they could get chromed. Okay, I have many problems. The cleats is one issue, what to do. Want to get two smaller ones in the same exact style, or new ones, or just two new ones. Inside, the rear panel does not fit very closely, and it's all about air intake for the engines. Those holes inside, which I'll show you in a minute, are going to be where all of your noise comes from, and I don't think you want that. Mark Fitzgerald says I need 100 square inches of air intake. So in an effort to make all of the noise come out the back, we would put two louvered vents, polished stainless steel, in those two places right there. I think that looked just fine. Maybe make the boat look a little faster. Original decals. All right. Next issue. See this step here? We're going to get right here. It's sitting right in front of the alleyway where you would get onto the boat. Right about even, it's a little aft of the top, where the top is and your drop curtains are going to be. Should we put these right there? The issue being, underneath right there are fishing rod holders, which don't need to be there at all. We could cover those right up, and you don't have them at all, or we could move them, but otherwise that would be there. And you probably wouldn't want, this is the other side of the boat, you wouldn't want it to look like that. So this one probably should just come right over. And just cover that hole. And then you have a place for people to board, and your ladder will go right here. So now that we're inside your engine box, see, that's where your air intake presently is. There's a little piece of trim that goes on there. That hole will let all of your engine noise in. Same on the other side. It's a little smaller, but there it is. I would make little panels and plug that up with sound down material that you don't see with little teak panels. We have the bulkhead teak panels fitted, but we haven't glued them on yet. They have been on. There's the dash. All of this stuff is fitted, and it is going to happen soon. Up above here, we have a place for two things. I'm thinking maybe we should put an anchor light in one of them and a VHF antenna in the other. And we will leave this plate at the ready should you ever want. There's a radome right in it. Okay, now down below the issue. I'm going to paint this out down here in white enamel. So we go down below, and I'm wondering what to do with the little panel that we need to wire your boat. Look at this ugliness up there. So I thought we would, if I can get far enough away to show you. Where's the camera? Right there. All right, so I would put a little piece of plywood that stuck out about this far. If you look down here, you see where the cushions end. That one is up, but when they're down, they end right here. So I would make a little piece of plywood right here, just this width, and come right up to the top and put the panel in it. It's probably going to have 6 breakers. That's all you'd need for this boat. And then we would put a cleat against the hull over there, right on down, right across here. These guys are kind of a problem. It's too expensive. I mean, we could take those shift wires and throttle cables off and have them longer. If they were about 3 or 4 feet longer, they could do a coil around the wall and get back into that hole. But as these are, they're not. So I just thought we would put cleats around here and have the canvas guy make a piece of canvas that snapped over this and covered it. That's the way the old was. You can see the snaps where it snapped on right here, and I don't know, maybe we just bag that a little bit and then just come right on down, and there would be a piece of that. So that's what I'm hoping to do for the panel. And we would cut the end of that rack for your steering off by about 1/2 inch so it clears. And another problem, I wonder what to do with the battery switches. So I'd like to put them right here on the end of the settee. There would be 3 miniature battery switches right here. One, say, port engine. There would be a parallel switch and starboard engine, so that you could hook the batteries together if you ever needed to. What else? I'm about to put the deck fitting in for your anchor. I have got an anchor with some chain on it and quite a lot of 3/8 nylon that I will throw in up there. So these intakes here, they're mounted. They're really nice bronze fittings. You can see that their chrome is not the best. And that one over there, but they're original fittings, and I hate to ever say, even with a cleat, not to use the originals. Another time, and they all come off easily, especially now that they've been off, and they're you can chrome them next winter should you want to. Do you want to have the flagstaff here? You ought to. It's got the holes for it. It's been there. What else? I think that is the story of my issues for today. So do you want a VHF radio on the boat? Depth will come with GPS. The gauges all work. I don't know. Let's just see. Oh, that is now your fuel gauge right there. There's your glove compartment. And so here we are. And tomorrow we've had real issues with the glazing spline here. I don't know if you can see it, but this gray stuff here that holds the windows and makes it waterproof. I have talked to everybody in this universe about it, and they have sent me samples, and nothing is even close. So we're saving whatever it is. Not only is it waterproof, it holds the windows in. So we have cut away the corners. I hope you can see that. And we're going to glaze them with gray Sikaflex, which is the same color. And it'll stop. They've only leaked when I put a hose on them, and they only leaked in a couple of corners, so we're doing all of the corners. That's it. That's a lot to think about. So let me know tomorrow your thoughts on some stuff, and I will, when I take that back panel out tomorrow, I will think about trying to put at least an inch of foam on the back of it. There is no room. That place back there is full of everything. It's got trim tabs, the oil reservoirs for your outdrives are back there. There's just a lot of stuff back there, so there's not much. You can't put 2 inches of foam back there, but the box itself will get full, and we'll see. Joe is about to attack the engines and do everything tomorrow. We're going to take the box out and insulate it, and that Joe will be doing all of that, and we shall see where it goes. Anyway, let me know tomorrow what your thoughts on things. Bye-bye.